Welcome to Presqu'ile Provincial Park on the shores of Lake Ontario.
This park has it all: hiking trails, cycling trails, nature center, interpretive center. This amazing lighthouse behind us right here.
It's got a fabulous beach with loads of sand.
This place is awesome. Join us as we explore it.
Presqu'ile Provincial Park is approximately 2 hours west of Toronto near Brighton, along the north shore of Lake Ontario. It is designated as a natural environment park.
Well, after waking up to a wet morning, raining off and on, we are leaving Ferris and heading off to Presqu'ile Provincial Park. But since we're a little bit early, we are going to hit the Big Apple, which we've driven by many times in the past but have never stopped, so we decided we're going to do that today.
This is just a slight detour, hardly anything at all, and we'll still get to Presqu'ile before check-in time.
Run and the petting zoo, the farmers market, and the food trucks and train rides, and there's mini golf at the petting zoo, and of course ping pong. We are going to do a mini Coles Notes for the Big Apple now.
Okay, that was surprising.
That was a lot more than what I thought was going to be there.
We've driven by and seen that Big Apple all the time, but we've never stopped in there.
Glad we did,
Yeah.
finally.
That would be ideal if we had little kids.
Sorry, kids.
Yeah, our kids are a little too big for that now, but they have the free mini golf, the free little train.
The petting zoo.
The petting zoo, yeah. It
The
was
dog
great.
run.
Jack's got to run free. The prices weren't that ridiculous or anything, and they had so much good food and apple cider.
Yeah, the wine and cidery, and then they had all the candy and all the maple everything. And then what was impressive is the monstrous apple pie baking factory in there, I think. They just had all these guys just making hundreds and hundreds of pies.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Yeah.
If you're heading out this way on the 401, you'll see the Big Apple. It's just before you get to Presqu'ile Provincial Park. You should check it out.
Yeah, lots of food there. Lots of food.
Found some firewood at the side of the road between the two railway tracks. $10 a bundle. Oh, right in there. Hello.
Day use or camping?
Camping.
Perfect. Are you the primary or secondary vehicle?
Primary.
Perfect. We're going to send you down to the camp office, straight
Okay.
3 kilometers. Road split, stay right.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Have a good day, guys.
You go through the main gate, get into the park, and before you get to the campground entrance, on the left-hand side, there's the trailer dump and fill station. You turn in there. It is a semicircle. There are 2 trailer dump spots and then 2 trailer fill spots. Everything is threaded. Maybe see the angle we came in at this, but we can't let go of the hose, otherwise it falls out of the hole. So Cheryl's holding on to it. Also, she's giving a little downward pressure so that it doesn't leak, because if it goes up, it just drains out like that.
And good thing we recocked here.
You want to make sure that seal is really good in the caulking.
Be careful not to snuggle up too close to this post like other people have. Maybe make a bit of a wide left turn.
Oh, and this is a papered system, right?
It is a papered system still, yes.
Oh, and it has a nice newspaper.
Look at the booklet we got. Holy, this is huge. Ferris had a good one that we just came from, and yeah, I'll have some reading ahead. We would be in
Right there.
Pines. It's a small little loop.
And where are we right now? Right here.
We're right here, so it's pretty close. So we just have to loop around like a backwards
We don't go there,
J.
we go up here. And then,
Yeah, that's what I said. Loop around to do a backwards J.
Okay.
Or, never mind.
Let's do it. And this is us, site number 108 in Pines Campground. It is right next to a comfort station, just flush toilets, no showers, no laundry facilities. We pulled in, it was raining this morning. It hasn't been raining for a couple of hours. I can see it's very muddy at the entrance, and just from the look at the site, it looks like it bows in the center of the site. I have a feeling when the rain comes, and it's supposed to rain in a couple hours, we are going to be in a swimming pool. Not a lot of privacy here. You can see everybody all around you, but it is nice tree covering, and we're pretty level.
Let's check out the park.
Presqu'ile has 8 campgrounds with a total of 387 campsites, 8 soft-sided shelters, and 1 cottage. High Bluffs Campground has 81 electric sites, 16 non-electric sites, 2 exploration tents, and 1 Minka tent. Sites 81 and 83 are barrier-free. Pines Campground has 24 electric sites. Maples Campground has 40 non-electric sites and 2 exploration tents. Craig's Campground is radio-free and has 33 non-electric sites and 1 exploration tent. Lakeside Campground has 43 non-electric sites and 1 exploration tent. Hidden Valley Campground has 30 non-electric sites. Elmville Campground has 8 electric sites, 66 non-electric sites, of which 6 are walk-in sites and 1 exploration tent. Trails End Campground has 46 electric sites and 1 non-electric site. There are 3 barrier-free comfort stations with flush toilets and showers in the campgrounds. Maples Campground also has laundry facilities. There are 2 comfort stations with just flush toilets at the parking lot for Owen Point Trail and at the parking lot of Beach Parking Number 2. There are 10 group sites. There's a dump fill station, a park store, an amphitheater, a nature center, and an interpretive center. There's a beach with a designated kiteboarding area. There are 7 hiking trails, all rated as easy, for a total of 12 kilometers. Job's Wood Trail is a 1 kilometer loop. Owen Point Trail is a 1.6 kilometer loop. Marsh Trail is a 1.2 kilometer loop. It is a boardwalk and is barrier-free. Pioneer Trail is 3.8 kilometer loop. Newcastle Trail is 4.3 kilometer loop. Lighthouse Footpath is 300 meter loop. There's a dedicated walking and cycling lane beside the paved 8 kilometer road loop that provides access to picnic grounds, the visitor centers, and trails. An unpaved bicycle path connects the campgrounds with a paved loop, beach, and park store.
walk-in sites right here.
There are 7 exploration tents that can hold a maximum of 6 people and a Minka tent that can hold 5 people. In these exploration tents, there's a double bed with a single on top. There's wood shelves and a wooden table with chairs or bench seats. Outside comes with a barbecue. There's 2 Muskoka chairs, a camp fire ring, and a picnic table. These do not have any kind of heat source or air conditioning or fans. There are no lights, as there's no electricity, so you have to keep that in mind. There's no plumbing for these either, but there's washrooms close by. These are accessible as well. There's also a cottage that sleeps 6. It has 7 rooms, 3 bedrooms, a bathroom, a living room / dining room, a kitchen, and a sunroom. There are 10 group sites that can accommodate between 25 and 75 occupants. Each area is wide open in the sunlight. You have picnic tables and a fire ring. There is shared water taps between them, and there are 2 sets of vault toilets that are centrally located, and they are all non-electric. The comfort stations are approximately 15 to 20 minutes away, walking. You can get a varied supply of items at the park store, from ice, wood. They have park merchandise, ice cream, personal items, a few grocery items, and in the peak season, they will be getting in like butter, bread, eggs, that sort of thing. So come in the store and get your park needs.
Sunday morning, we just had some crazy rain last night. It rained almost all last night. And as expected, I figured this would be a pool for a campsite, and it is. It's just wall-to-wall mud. And they're calling for more rain today and tomorrow. This could be a very wet trip and muddy.
Don't want to sleep tonight at all. Just want to watch them stars fall. But you don't want to try to make up dreams just to be seen. I want to lay here beside you, all quiet.
This is one of the spots on the other side of the peninsula for Presqu'ile that you can put your canoes and kayaks in. It's at the calf pasture picnic area.
It's where we go. I grow wings and tell her goodbye. Oh, it's not what we see, it's what we choose to be.
You can fish here for bass, pike, bowfin, and more.
Don't want to sleep tonight at all. All quiet. Fire breath and open sky. It's not what we know, it's where we go. I grow wings and tell her goodbye. It's not what we know, it's where we go. I grow wings and tell her goodbye. It's not what we see, it's what we choose to be. It's Cheryl's Lou Review, Lou Review. Let's all talk about Lou's. Don't ask Ben, don't ask Jax, ask Cheryl. Cheryl's Lou Review.
There's approximately 27 or 29 outhouses in the park. They vary quite a lot in what they look like and what they have. It was kind of hard to judge what to give them as a rating because they vary so much. There was 2, maybe 3 that I've been to that stood out as not great. this being one of them is down at the lighthouse area. It just could use a lot of sprucing up and be a bit cleaner. The one at the calf pasture day use area, that was another bad one. And another one that was in a building like this in the campground in Elmville. Oh my gosh. The flies just came pouring out. I opened the door and it looked like a prison in there. It was not nice. But hopefully that's just a one-time thing and it gets resolved. But the others have been pretty good. They range anywhere from not having any amenities to them. They're mostly pit toilets, which is a hole in the ground. Some have water, some have soap and water, some just have sanitizer, some have nothing at all. Some have lights, some don't. Some have a trash can, some don't. But overall, I think I'm going to give them a flower. But the ones that I specifically pointed out, I'm definitely going to give them a skunk.
May and June, the Nature Center is open 10 to 4 on Saturdays only. Come July and August, it's open daily, 10 to 4. Visitor Center, also known as the Interpretive Centre, is near the lighthouse. It also hosts the Friends of Presqu'ile gift shop. There's free Wi-Fi here. They post the password at the door. It's open 10 to 4 daily from July and August. For spring and fall, it's just open on the weekends.
Let's start with its name, Presqu'ile, French for almost an island. It is the first major landform to sink out into the lake east of the Toronto Islands along an otherwise eroded north shore. A massive 450 million year old standing in the way of prevailing winds and currents on the lake.
That'd be funny if you went in.
It's way too slippery. Yeah.
Oh, Jax is getting bit. Jax, are those deer fucking? Oh my gosh, what did you do? Jax, leave him.
Oh,
You're back?
no. I'm okay. Beach number 1 has a mat for accessibility to get down to the beach.
There are no dog exercise areas in the park. Dogs are not allowed on the beaches, but the whole shoreline is rocky, and you can bring your furry friends down there for a little dip in the water.
So this behind me is technically not a beach. It's near the High Bluffs campground. It's a nice beach though, and you can bring your pet here. Still have to be on leash, but you can come here with your pets. And just on the other side of me, going down this way, no dogs are allowed. Actually, nobody's allowed down there. That is a protected area because of the shorebirds that are nesting. So nobody can ever go down there. Oh, Jesus, Cheryl.
Get the bike. Get the bike in. Oh my God. How many more times can I fall off my bike?
For cell service, Bell, Telus, Kudo, and Virgin Mobile, it's not that great, not that reliable. There are times you try to watch YouTube or something, it does a lot of buffering. Sometimes just on a regular web search, you're not getting any connectivity at all. So it's not that great.
But sometimes your phone gets it better than mine does, but it could just be our phones.
Yep.
But it's great when you do get those pockets, but we don't know how long they're going to last. It could last 30 seconds, it could last 30 minutes, we don't know. But it's great because at the Interpretive Centre down by the lighthouse, there's free Wi-Fi. They post the password on the door, so you can always go down there and get some work done or do your calls or whatever you need to do.
We did a FaceTime with our daughter to wish her a happy birthday. By the way, happy birthday, Allison.
Happy birthday, Al.
And it worked perfectly fine there using the Wi-Fi. A viewer suggested that what we should do is ask people that have different services, such as Rogers or something like that, to say what the cell service is for them at this park. So if you've been to Presqu'ile and you have something other than Bell, Telus, Kudo, and Virgin Mobile, put in the comments below how the cell service was. And go ahead.
No, I was going to say that's beneficial because everybody seems to need connectivity nowadays, whether it's work or family, whatever reasons. So it'd be great if you could just post that in our other videos.
Yes, that's right, in our other videos. So even our older videos, if you've got something other than Bell, Telus, Kudo, and Virgin Mobile, just go back to our old videos too. And I'm going to pin a comment to the top of each video, even the old videos, asking to comment on your cell service. And if you do that, that would be very good. It'd really help out the community that watches our videos, and then they would know about the cell service for their service provider. So we appreciate you doing that. Thanks for doing it. And that's it for cell service.
That's it.
So what you doing?
Roasting a Marsh roast crispy squares.
And you just eat it like that?
Yes. What, they get very soft and fall apart, so I got to put it on a plate real quick. Oh boy. These should be in longer. These are a basket. You know, those things that you cook fish in.
Because it falls apart so quickly.
Yeah. I think I better buy one.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
We don't need to buy anything else.
Yeah.
We're good.
Here. There you go. What's happening? Okay, what's the time? 1:17.
We started out on the Owen Point Trail, and Jack soon got swarmed by deer flies. We had to abandon the hike, so we decided to get some ice cream at the store. The deer flies love him for some reason. They love the blonde coat. So we turned around. Cheryl and Jax went back to the campsite, and I'm doing the hike on my own. Oh, and by the way, that sign back there that says no dogs, that's not for the Owen Point Trail. That's a trail that goes off of it. So dogs are permitted on the Owen Point Trail.
Well, it's that time again for Cole's Notes, and we are at Presqu'ile Provincial Park.
Yes, we are.
And what do you think of the park?
I love this park. I think you do too.
Yeah, it's a nice park. It's a great park. It's our second time here. We
Yeah.
were here last in 2020, I believe.
Season 2, episode 2, I believe.
Yeah, and some
Yeah.
things were shut down during COVID, so we didn't get a good tour around of the place.
So we had to get back here and try it out again.
Yes, and here we are.
Now, we've said many times we like to do activities from our parks, and we like to learn about the parks.
Yes.
So we really like that this place has a nature center. It
An
has
interpretive
an
center,
interpretive center.
The
It's got-
lighthouse.
Yeah.
There's hiking, there's beach, paddling,
Cycling trails.
lots of cycling you can get done, yes. So some of the pros, I think, there's lots to do. If you have bikes, I would suggest bringing bikes.
For sure.
Because some people sometimes say, is it we can only bring one or the other, like paddling or bikes. You would want to bring bikes because
Yeah,
it's
this
a
is more of a
guarantee.
cycling.
Yeah, because the waters can be really iffy here on Lake Ontario. It could be like calm 1 minute and then angry the next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on bike, you can take, I think it's the Lighthouse Road or Lighthouse Trail Road.
Yes.
It takes you
There's-
all up and around the day use area to the Interpretive Center to calf pasture day
Yep.
use area and
There's
to
a lot of-
Joe's Point Trail or something.
But you can't take your bikes on any of the trails either.
Right. But on that road, there's an
Yes.
actual dedicated lane for cycling
Yes,
too.
so
So
it's
it's
nice.
only one way.
And the roads, main road's pretty good condition,
Yeah.
right? Nicely paved.
But back to paddling. We
Yes.
wanted to go paddling here. We
Yes.
didn't go paddling. We figured there's two sides of this. It's all on Lake Ontario, but we're basically on a peninsula here, and there's two sides. So we saw the water was kind of rough on the campground side. So we thought, oh, we'll go over to the other side and it'll be calm. We went over there, we're ready to put in, and it turned out it was rough over there too. So we really didn't see a good good time to go paddleboarding. Now, it's Lake Ontario. These big lakes, they change all the time. So there's definitely going to be a time that you're going to have it nice and smooth and you'll be able to kayak and paddle. But we just didn't find that time.
No.
And probably in the Marsh area, it'll be a lot calmer, especially
Yes.
all the reeds there and everything. So it'll be calmer there. But we've had some pretty wild weather since we've been here.
Yeah, we had that major rainstorm like all of Ontario had on
Yeah.
Saturday night, was it?
Yeah. And then we
So-
had the wind, just heavy winds too.
Yeah, so it wasn't ideal. So we're just easing out of that, and it's been beautiful.
Yeah. But normally you can't do that.
Yes. So, yes, bring your bikes. There's lots to explore, and we also like that there's, well, it's one giant beach divided into two, beach one and beach two parking areas.
And that beach is so big that you could probably have a regulation football field on that beach and play a game and still have people sitting along the side of the water. It's a huge beach.
There's a lot of room.
Now, those are the designated beaches, but the whole campgrounds, all the campgrounds are along the shore of Lake Ontario, and there's a rocky beach area all along that shore.
Yes.
Sometimes it's great big boulders, but other times it's tiny little pebbles and sand. So there's beach area all along there. There's
And-
no dedicated pet exercise
No,
area.
so you can take your furry friend to the rocky beach and sit there and let them splash around in the water.
Yeah, it has a beach area, a non-designated beach area that is better than many beaches of parks that we've gone to. So it's pretty good.
And another thing we liked was the lighthouse. That was a nice historical experience. And what was new this year that we learned?
Oh, they put a new top on the lighthouse.
Yes, the previous time we were here, there was no top.
Right.
Now there's a top.
So in the original lighthouse, there was a top, but then there wasn't one for many years, and they've put a new top on it now.
And did you know that apparently it's the second oldest operating lighthouse in Ontario? Sites that are waterfront and high bluff, they're amazing view. Love the sites there. But on the other hand, when the weather turns,
The waterfront sites and high bluffs are normally really nice. You get a great view of Lake Ontario.
Yeah.
Most of them don't really have easy access to the water. It's a bit of an embankment to get down. So it's not like you're going to be launching canoes or kayaks there, but you can generally kind of climb down and get to it. In windy weather like this though, it's scary. There's no way you're going to have your awning out, and you got to batten everything down to make sure it doesn't blow away. Sue and John, they had a site along the waterfront last time, and it was beautiful. But they didn't have this kind of wind.
Yeah, so you give and take.
Yep. And last night with the storm that rolled through, it was probably pretty scary being here. We were very protected where we were.
Yes, thank goodness.
Yeah. Now, as far as the rest of the park, there are a lot of different varied campsites. There's some that have a lawn that needs to be mowed. There's some that's pine needles.
Yes.
There's some that are just a leaf bottom.
Yeah.
Then there's some like ours that are mud.
Mud, yes.
Yes.
Gotta love the mud. I love where our site is. We are in Pines. We're right beside the Flush Comfort Station, which is perfect. But it's because we're in the middle, in the center, we have the mud site. And because of all the trees, the sun cannot get in and dry it out very well.
Yeah, it's been a day and a half since it rained. And
So
we
you've
still,
been slip sliding along.
the surface of our campground is still kind of a thin layer of slimy mud. And so I still slip on it. And every time Jax comes in, makes a mess inside.
He's bringing some mud in.
Yeah. But we're protected from the wind and the rain here.
Yeah.
But yeah, this isn't an ideal site. We're at
Yes.
108. I wouldn't pick this site again.
Yes.
But yeah, there's some very varied sites here. But one thing they kind of all have in common, no privacy.
Yes.
We've been
throughout
through
whole
all the
park.
campgrounds.
Yeah, they lack a bit of privacy. So, but any other cons? Driving to the beach, I guess, could be one because it's off on the main highway road.
You could take paths to the beach, but
Yeah, but if you have a wagon and all your gear and stuff, that's probably not ideal. So
Yep.
you'll have to drive to the beach.
what you see many people do in their campgrounds is they just head right down to the shoreline and use that as a beach.
Yeah, that as well.
Mhm.
Some of the side roads to the campgrounds are kind of rutty,
Yeah.
but the main paved roads are in pretty good shape.
But on that point too, after the big rain came, the next morning we went for a bike ride and we were in High Bluffs campground riding around, and you can see that a grader had already been in there. They're trying to grade it to get rid of all the potholes and stuff. So kudos to the park staff for getting on that right away.
Comfort stations were pretty clean, and what I like, this is a very large park, and they have like vault toilets everywhere. Like we didn't even get to check out a fraction of
No,
them.
there's so many of them.
But it's nice because wherever you go, pretty much everywhere you go, there'll be a potty.
Yeah. Okay, are we at rating?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Well,
So I'm thinking between maybe 8, 8.5.
yeah. I would say an 8 is, if we rate something an 8, that's a good park. We would definitely go back to it.
Yeah.
And then once you get higher than that, when you're getting 8.5, 9, 9.5, then you're getting into some really top-notch parks. But I think this is a great park.
Yes. So
But 8 is a good score.
I think so.
And that's what it is right there.
8
It's
it
an
is.
8. Okay, and what park are we going to next?
We are off to Awenda. We've been there a few years ago. So it's time for an upgraded review.
I think Awenda was in season 1,
Was it?
maybe season 2.
The viewers know.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're going back to Awenda.
So we'll do that.
But probably for next week, you'll probably be seeing another gear review from us for a auto cooler type thing. And then we'll have the Awenda video out.
That's right.
So with that, happy camping.
Happy
We'll see you in the next
camping.
video.
Bye.